Hello, Aman. My name's Taylor. I'm doing your discussion board reply here for week 6. I hope you are doing well this week and staying safe with your friends and family. I want to jump in here and say I really enjoyed your discussion post this week about addiction. The first thing I want to touch on is talking about kind of the stigma around mental health and around addiction recovery that so many, unfortunately, within the church do have. This is something that, honestly, in any kind of mental health capacity, any facet of mental health, the church has really not done a great job. By and large, generally, it's an overgeneralization, but has not done that great of a job to help those that are hurting in with mental health disorders, or maybe victims of sexual abuse or abuse of any kind, or addicts like we're talking about this week. So I think it's always important to look at if you're a church, looking at, if there is a stigma, where did that come from, and why is that stigma there, and looking inside yourself as an organization to see, well, what is this truly something that should be examined, and why that stigma exists around helping yourself, around bettering yourself. Because I don't know, in my opinion, and I think a lot of Christians would agree, that that's ultimately the gospel, is trying to better yourself in order to become more like Christ, like Christ-like. And in a way, helping your mental health is can be a way of doing that. But so often the church has kind of brushed mental health aside, and not really regarded it highly for so many years. So I think you're right. There is this stigma around mental health, but I also think there's just, like, people are just afraid of what they don't know. People are afraid of the unknown. People are afraid of things that they just aren't educated on, and that really can, again, it can be the church's responsibility to bring in people that can help educate people, so they're not living in a state of worry or fear around therapy or mental health, or a psychiatric facility or whatever. I mean, these places can ultimately better yourself and help yourself. I found it interesting that in Johnson 2014, on page 99, they talk about the kind of key indicators to look for, in substance use disorder specifically. And one of them that kind of jumped out at me was the using of of whatever substance over a long period of time than intended. This is interesting because I think a lot of people, even when we're talking about like positive, quote unquote positive addictions, I think that's something that people don't really think about, that you're using it over a long period of time that you didn't intend to. And I think a lot of the time, drugs, alcohol, kind of the things that we think about when we talk about addiction, it's very easy to see those patterns. But then when it comes to, the more, work or religion or entertainment or social media, or whatever it may be, those can also become addictive as well, and kind of seeing that pattern of addiction. But bringing it back to kind of the end of your post, of course, the church can have many different things inside of it, as you were talking about, providing the alcohol. I don't know if I can say it. Alcoholics Anonymous and the Narcotics Anonymous. There we go. I got it out. The AA or the NA groups. I think those are wonderful. I also think, and I said this in in my post too, I think it would be amazing if a church could have like a pro bono licensed therapist that was there once a week, or work with many different ones that would be willing to be there throughout the week that would help people in the congregation. And then again, I think churches just having a discussion around mental health and addiction and, whatever it may be. I think providing spaces where people can at least talk about it, because there is such that stigma within religious communities of working on your mental health, that I think even just having a discussion around it is, a first step into helping others. So thank you so much, Amon, for your post. I enjoyed it. Again, hope you're having a great week. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.